All right, here we go again, son. That damn window. You're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna be like, every video this dude forget to close that window. What's up, son? It's Labor Day weekend 2018. I got this tight shirt on. Your mom says it's for me, but I don't know how she said that. But there's Labor Day weekend. Doing a review of Ernest Hemingway's The Garden of Eden. But before I talk about the book, I've been just got some things to tell you. Labor Day weekend is always a weekend that kind of gets me kind of down because this was the weekend that my first son, he passed away on September 6th, a few years ago. So every time around this time of year, I start thinking about him a little more, and so if you notice around this time of year and your mom's birthday, you notice around this time of year, I just get kind of quiet because that was a situation, but we carry on. Perseverance is the key, son. Just keep on going, and we just keep on moseying along. And up to all day today is Sunday, I've been reading this book by Kevin Hart. And I just wanted to show you that's what I've been doing. That's been helping me to read a lot because I've been reading a lot of Dostoevsky. Google it. That's the guy that wrote Crime and Punishment. I read a book by the idiot called The Idiot by him, but there's no way I could do a review. Like, his books are so deep. And they're so long. I mean, the book is like 600 pages. So I've been looking at YouTube at different lectures and different people because the guy is deep, And sad to say, I never heard of this guy. I heard of Crime and Punishment, but I had never heard of Dostoevsky till like maybe a year ago on YouTube. So that said a lot about my schooling, but anyway, and I hear people on YouTube talking about they read it when they was 18. I'm like, 18? Like, who told you about these books at that young age? I wish somebody in my life would have told me about certain books because I was reading at that time, but at that young age, probably I was reading a lot of African American authors, so hey, we all have our own path, I still haven't started Crime and Punishment, but I will. I've been reading The Diary of a Writer by Dostoevsky, so it's pretty good, but, I don't feel like I'm capable of explaining those big, long books on YouTube. They take a while. But anyway, with all that being said, The Garden of Eden by Ernest Hemingway. Remember that time I was telling you about reading the Bible, the Holy Bible, and knowing the Bible, and knowing the stories of the Bible, and the King James Version? Well, the Garden of Eden, it relates to the Bible. The story is about this guy. He's a writer. He got married. His wife, she was kind of like a bisexual. So she brought in another woman into the relationship, telling him she needs another wife, and she wanted, had a lesbian relationship with this lady. So, it's kind of like, it just kind of alludes to Adam and Eve. Eve brought him the fruit, and it's kind of like that. It's one of Hemingway's books. It was published after his death. So it's kind of like not finished. It kind of ends abruptly, but the writing is awesome. I liked it. It's one of the books. I kind of like this one better than some of the so-called classics that they say, maybe because of this topic. And there's a movie that was made in 2008, but I can't get it on a Fire Stick. So, but, I said it's the subject matter when you start talking about bisexuals and, women, in relationships and open marriages, and, it kinds of, alludes to some of the stuff they talking today. It's kind of revolutionary that he was writing about this stuff, at that time. That's maybe why he never even brought it out. And another theme of the book was his drinking. Like in a lot of Hemingway books, is a lot of drinking, man. I recently quit drinking. I used to drink a lot in my younger days, but I don't think I was that bad. I probably couldn't afford to drink like he did. I mean, this guy, they start first thing in the morning, which is not a good thing. January, I want to give it up totally. Maybe do it once a week, just give it up all the way. Kind of done with drinking, I gave up the smoking, so doing pretty good on that, but want to give up the drinking. I'm thinking January, I'll make a resolution, maybe once a week on a night that I don't have to work, because I still like it. I enjoy it. But as you get older, you can't go in the club, and you can, but I don't choose not to do that. I'd rather be home. And, on a night like tonight, if I don't have to go to work Monday, hey, have me one little drink, do it at home. But as far as the partying and going hard like we used to, I can't do it. But back to Hemingway. So eventually, the wife and him, she gets kind of crabby. Now, she brought the woman to the relationship, but she kind of get jealous, which is why you should never do that with someone that you're in a real relationship with, You should never bring another woman or man or whatever. That threesome stuff and all that don't work, because in America, women and men are jealous. We even say, my girlfriend, that's my man, that's my woman. So I used to work on a cruise ship, and there was a guy, he used to tell me that. He used to say, yeah, man, I got these two women staying with me, but I didn't know whether to believe them or not, but I know if it's true, it's not going to last, because our society is not structured in a way, other societies are structured in a way where polygamy is more acceptable. They kind of raised up. We're raised into the get married and have the 2.3 kids and a dog, so I don't see that ever happening. People are too jealous, the society. In capitalism, we it's my car, my house, my husband. Like everything we have, we say it's my, we live in a selfish society. But she introduced another woman, then basically he fell in love with her and she left. But they kind of they described it as them both falling in love with her, but I don't see where his wife was in love with this girl. He kind of fell for her, then it was like she's going to be the wife, which is crazy. I guess if he leaves her for you, he's going to leave you for somebody else. But sometimes people don't understand that in relationships, If she's with somebody and she leaves them for you, then eventually it's going to happen to them. So that's why I never play that kind of stuff. But hey, one of my coworkers told me years ago, you're not a man of the world, And I said, no, I wasn't raised in that environment. I was raised in a Christian environment. So I never really, experienced that kind of stuff, I mean, if I'm in a relationship, I'm there because that's all I seen. Now, when I was single, I had a lot of girls because, I'm single, I mean, and I was always in the open with it, and I'm not doing no hiding or anything. So, but yeah, if you like Hemingway and you read some of the books, this is not one of the classics. So I wouldn't say, okay, you have to read this, to kind of know what's going on in the literary world, but it's a good book to read. If you like Hemingway, you'll like that. It's one of the books I enjoyed, so that being said, hey, Labor Day, Sunday before Labor Day, football next week, Saints play. You hang around me enough, you know that I like football, so I start doing these videos on Saturday, or I do them Sunday morning. And I'm gonna try to start doing a little more videos. I just been reading Dostoevsky, and they're kind of long books, and that was on my bucket list. I want to really read about this man, and I'm gonna continue to study him, just like Ernest Hemingway. Probably for the rest of my life. So, and I'll definitely one of these days I actually want to go to like the Hemingway house, and I'd love to go to St. Petersburg, Russia, even to like learn about Dostoevsky, more about him. So just putting it out there. That's some things I want to do. Have a great weekend. See y'all later.